Gina is a legend, not because of how great she is. Gina is a legend because of how horrific she is. She befriends new nurses until she gains their trust, and then she stands back and watches them drown. When in charge, Gina assigns the most difficult patients to anyone she doesn't like, while her friends just happen to get the easiest assignments. Everyone knows Gina's reputation, even her boss, yet Gina is still there. Why? Well, she's slick. Nobody ever catches her in the act, and Gina's a really good nurse. Gina is a covert bully. In this episode of Coffee and Conversations about Nurse Bullying, we're going to talk about how to catch covert bullies. I'm Dr. Renee Thompson, CEO and founder of the Healthy Workforce Institute. Welcome to Coffee and Conversations about Nurse Bullying. And this cup was given to me by my friend Zach Thomas, who owns a company called Empirical Safety Training, and he works with healthcare organizations to decrease workplace violence, physical violence. Okay, so dealing with covert bullies like Gina are some of the biggest challenges nurse leaders face today. These folks pose the greatest risk to the organization because they often hover under the radar due in part to their competence and their sneaky methods, but are the primary cause of turnover, burnout, and really compromised patient care. Trust me, if you have a Gina in your department, you have an ethical responsibility to catch her and either convince her to change her bullying ways or therapeutically extract her. But how? Covert bullies are wickedly good at not getting caught. For the answer, just follow the steps basically law enforcement agents take. All right, step number 1, join forces. In law enforcement, let's say the police wants to catch a notorious criminal. They schedule a meeting with the FBI and the local agents. They review what they each know, what's been done, what evidence they have, and then they develop a strategic plan. In healthcare, schedule a meeting with human resources, any supervisors, directors, the CNO, anyone else involved. Ask what's been done so far. Is there anything documented in their file? Any disciplinary actions? Review your policy and code of conduct to get very clear on how this person's behavior is violating policy. And then develop a strategic plan for how you will address the behavior. Step number 2, confront this person. In law enforcement, when they have substantiating evidence, they bring in the criminal for questioning. In healthcare, meet with this person and have an honest conversation. Tell her that she's behaving in ways that are compromising patient safety and a healthy workplace. Look her in the eye and say, "This is what I expect from you starting today," and then be specific. Spell it out very clearly how you want her to behave and what will happen if she violates your expectations. And if you have to, go to step 3, which is build a case. In law enforcement, just because they've identified the criminal doesn't mean that they can just go and arrest him or her. They first have to build a case. In healthcare, do the same thing. Gather any and all documentation about this person's behavior. It doesn't matter if the documentation is anonymous, has a signature, is something just verbalized to you. Just gather all of the evidence because what you're doing is building a case. This might take some time. However, just like the jury, HR makes decisions based on the preponderance of the evidence. Oh, and one last thing. If she is in a position of power, like a charge nurse, remove her power. If she's a preceptor, stop letting her precept new nurses. If she's in charge, take her out of the role. If she's leading any committees, remove her from that role. Strip anything from her that gives her power. Seriously, a culture of silence must be replaced by a culture of safety. Disruptive behaviors happen because they can. It takes willing individuals and leaders to stop it. So if your covert bully doesn't change her ways, be prepared to extract her. The steps above will help you increase your chances of making that happen. Okay, are there any tactics that you use? If so, help us all out and post them in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. And I'd also love for you to share this video with anyone else who might be dealing with a Gina in their department. And if you really want to learn more about how you can address workplace bullying and incivility, go to my website, www.healthyworkforceinstitute.com, for more resources. So until our next conversation, be kind, take care, and stay connected.